Evening, folks. Here we are again with the preview for the three leagues for the weekend of Saturday, the 29th of May, bank holiday weekend. But we've got loads planned. Hopefully the weather holds up. I think it will. Let's look at the Northern League first. Games here. Chorley v Netherfield, Fleetwood v Blackpool, Fulwood v Longridge, Kendal v Lancaster, Morecambe v Leyland, and St Anne's v Garstang. Few choices for game of the day here. Could have gone Fulwood v Longridge. That'd have been decent. Even Chorley v Netherfield's a good game. But what I've gone for is Fleetwood Blackpool. That's 9v3. Fleetwood could do with a win to push clear of the relegation trouble. They've got the overseas, the South African leg spinner Dylan Matthews. He could be the key. He is due a performance. He's had a few wickets. He's not got many runs, but he's definitely due a performance. Can he do it against Blackpool and Captain Fantastic? Remains to be seen. I think that might be a decent game, that Fleetwood versus Blackpool, 9v3. And then we're going to look at the Palace Shield. Barrow versus Great Eccleston, Croston versus Eccleston, Fylde versus Penwortham, Kirkham and Wesham versus Thornton Cleveleys, South Shore versus Preston, and Vernon Carers versus Penrith. Again, games to choose from here. Everyone would choose Vernon Carers, Penrith, I'm sure. That's 1v2, 10-point gap at the top. Everyone would choose that. I'm going to be a bit different, to be fair. You could even say Kirkham against Thornton Cleveleys. That's 7v3. I'm steering away from that one as well. I'm going Barrow v Great Eccleston. That's 6v4. And that's what I'm looking at this week. After a poor start, Barrow seem to be finding the feet in the Palace Shield. Greg Reynolds and Daryl Waring. They're not spring chickens, them two, are they? They've both been around for a long time. I remember them from the Northern League days back in the early 2000s. And they're still playing out and still doing the business, really. They're both in the runs last week. Daryl was in the wickets. And they'll be looking to continue the good form, will Barrow, push up the table. Great Eccleston won't make it easy for them. They've had some good batting performances and they're in fourth place for a reason. At the minute, Barrow are 41 points and Great Eccleston are 45. I think that should be a tight game. I think it's a good game, that Barrow against Great Eccleston. Long trip for Great Eck, though. But I'm sure they're up to it if they set off early enough, it'll be fine. And then in Westmoreland League, no game on Sunday this week, so no game for Sedbergh School. The youngsters of Sedbergh School, but the first game on the list is Age in Arnside against Silverdale, but of a local derby there. That's got potential, that game. So Arnside are 5th and Silverdale are 10th. That's 5v10, but Arnside are 5th, but they're really close to the top of the table. Then we've got Burnieside v Trimple. That's a bit of a relegation dogfight for Burnieside there. Carnforth v Westgate. Heysham v Milnthorpe. That's a very interesting game, that. That's 6v3. But again, only 4 points between them. Sedgwick v Shires Head, which is a bit of a mid-table stramash there. That might be tasty. And Wharton v Bear. Wharton, like Burnieside, are going to be looking for points here. So is Bear. They're going to be looking for points as well, because if they lose to Wharton, they're right in the mix at the bottom then. So there's a few games there. We could have gone for Heysham Milnthorpe. Could have gone for Wharton Bear as a game of day. But you know what I'm going to go for. I'm bound to go for Carnforth v Westgate. That's 4v1. Now, Carnforth are 4th with 62 points and Westgate are top with 67, but they've played a game more. And their game more was the rain draw at Sedbergh School. So there's 5 points in it. If they hadn't had that, there'd be 1 point in it. So it's tight. I think this is the Westmoreland League fixture of the season so far. You never know what's going to happen when you get these two sides playing each other. You just can't tell. Westgate will need to be at the feisty best, and Carnforth will need to press so many advantages that they get. I'd expect a tight game, plenty of decent banter, perhaps not as high scoring as people think. I understand there might be 1 or 2 players missing of note, but that's definitely the game of the day. Given bright weather, Carnforth v Westgate, I think that's decent. So the results show will be on Sunday morning, and we'll give you a full run through that and the tables. Broadly speaking, the tables at the moment, the Northern League's looking like a 2-horse race at the top, and down at the bottom, 2-horse at the bottom as well. So at the minute we're fixing on Longridge and Netherfield up there, and then St Anne's and Leyland at the bottom. Palace Shield, Vernon's are 10 points clear at the top, so their game against Penrith is important. Down at the bottom, it's looking like South Shore +1, or the South Shore are struggling a little bit. Westmoreland League, too tight to call. If we discount Sedbergh School, and we just say from Westgate in first down to Heysham in sixth, there's only 8 points gap, so that's too tight to call. Down at the bottom, Water look a bit cut off. Just a matter of whether they can drag Burnieside or Bear into it. So look forward to seeing you on Sunday morning, guys. Thanks for watching.